Frieren's magic system is real, and it explains why you should be more delusional. Let me explain. So, in the world of Frieren, the magic system essentially has two parts. The first is that of a hard magic system. Think of it like a science that can be broken down into rules, laws, and traits. We see this in the montage of episode 2, where Frieren explains to Fern the origins of basic attack and defense magic. The story goes that through a culmination of human effort, they were able to understand and counter demon magic through reverse engineering, ultimately making the magic their own by understanding and applying the scientific principles towards magic. However, Frieren's magic system also acts as a soft magic system, allowing mages to essentially do whatever they want, as long as they can envision it. We see this in full effect with the character Ubel being essentially able to cut through almost anything, even when according to the hard magic system of the world, it should be impossible. And that is the trick to Frieren's magic system: delusion. In the world of Frieren, an ant can crush a dragon so long as they can imagine it. Unironically, being delusionally confident in the world actually means that you'll make it farther as a mage. But can the principles behind this magic system actually be translated and used in the real world? What is the science behind the benefits of delusion? And can I definitively prove that being delusional can actually help you achieve your goals? Let's find out. Firstly, let's define delusion as holding a belief that isn't aligned with reality or is somehow exaggerated. I know, normally I skip over definitions, but this one is important, I promise, just bear with me. If you think that having unrealistic expectations is childish and a sign of mental illness, well, you would be absolutely right. And for the most part, the science would agree with you. Early psychologists believed that one had to have an accurate sense of self, or be realistic, in order to be considered healthy mentally, shunning any kind of delusion or unrealistic belief. Or at least that was the case up until 1988, when researchers Shelley Taylor and Jonathan Brown published a foundational study establishing a link between delusion and overall well-being. Fittingly titled, Illusion and Well-Being, a Social Psychological Perspective on Mental Health. They completely revolutionized this idea, compiling their research from over a dozen different studies. They argued that not only were slight overestimations of ability normal, but in the right circumstances, even potentially beneficial. Overestimations in ability were found not only to improve recovery from setbacks, increase persistence, and pursuit of creative endeavors, but people who were delusional were also just happier overall. They had improved mental states and often were considered more likable and sociable by their peers because of this. So that's right, ladies and gentlemen, not only does being delusional help you be a better mage, it also makes you more likable, more determined, and improves your mental health. Case closed, end the video. But that's not the whole story. Clearly, there are some limits to the study, not necessarily being an experiment or proving direct correlation. While they did have a large amount of evidence to support their idea and revolutionized the thought process at the time, I wanted something a little more concrete for this episode. And when I found this study conducted in 2020, I had exactly what I needed. German researchers published an article in which they examined over 100 volunteers and assigned them to one of two groups. Both groups would solve mental math problems, but only one group would receive positive feedback. The other group would not receive any feedback at all. This was done to see if the researchers could artificially manipulate the confidence in the test subject's abilities in solving these problems, while also attempting to determine whether or not confidence would alter the examinee's accuracy in solving the problems. And wouldn't you know, not only did the students who reported themselves to be more confident in solving the problems have a higher answer quality on average, they also answered more questions on average, proving a link between self-confidence and overall success. Ubel from Frieren is a prime example of this once again, with such a high level of confidence in her abilities, or delusion, that she was able to do the impossible and make it farther than most ever would. So, does this mean you should pump all your ports into being delusional? No. In the studies I mentioned today, there was, yes, a link between self-confidence and performance outcomes. However, only to a certain point. Too much confidence may make you take unnecessary risks or unintentionally put yourself into harm's way. Kind of like thinking you can become a great artist after making your first painting, or become an expert mage after learning a single spell. It was found that the most benefits appeared with the least drawbacks when a balance between delusion and realism was struck. And the best balance was self-confidence combined with effort. You still have to put in the work if you want to succeed, and we could see this in Frieren too. Mages grow their mana over time through utilizing magic. Consistent effort as well as understanding magic fundamentals are equally as important as confidence and the ability to visualize your own success. So, whatever it is, here's my advice. Done is better than perfect. You only get one shot to pursue what you're passionate about, so whatever it is, go start that art project. Go submit your paper to that writing competition. Go publish your first video. Have faith in yourself that you'll succeed. Be persistent, be relentless. Put in the work and have the determination to keep going even when it gets hard, because you know you will succeed. Whatever it is, I think we can all benefit from being a little bit more delusional. But hey, thanks for giving this video a chance. I put a lot of work into it, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Have an awesome day, and thanks for watching.